I could have rezzed you if you hadn't released.
We all would have lost. Oh, you're talking about Bucket. All good, man. Team friendship.
Team f***ing killing keys.
What?
No, I just wiped.
Oh, it makes me come back up. What? Wait, I'm floating. Oh, no, never mind.
On you can. Gotcha.
Hey, it's Soul, and welcome back to Warcraft Weekly, the no drama, no nonsense show, and until there's drama and nonsense to be covered. Haha! We're brought to you by the relentless sponsors from Twitch and Patreon, including newcomer. Okay, can we just start? The other day, Blizzard launched the charity pet program announced during BlizzCon Line. This particular one comes with a different spin to previous years though, and here's how it works. Blizzard is teaming up with Doctors Without Borders, and they opened up a site to donate money. You can donate as much or as little as you like, and it'll go directly to them, unlike previous years when money was given to Blizzard via purchase and then they donated on our behalf. There are two milestones to hit. $500,000 and $1 million. If we reach 500,000, Bananas the Ape is gifted to everybody currently subscribed to World of Warcraft, whether they donated or not. If we reach 1 million, Daisy will be made available in the same way. Now there is a deadline. We have to hit the 1 million mark by April 26th of this year, and if we do, and from the looks of this progress bar we probably will, the pets will be available to claim up until August 1st, after which Daisy will be put on the store like a normal pet. Bananas will not. I guess that means it's going to be like a semi-exclusive collectible. Pretty simple in that everyone can win if only a number of people participate. But that said, if you're a real life badass and you want to make a difference in the world, and you can like so easily, it's not a big deal, but you're a little bit busy and maybe your back kind of hurts and you don't happen to be a doctor, you don't like traveling to remote third world countries and being around sick people, well, you can just throw a few bucks their way instead. It makes you no less of a badass. I'll have a link to the donation site where you can read more on what Doctors Without Borders is all about and to make a contribution. After starting off on a hopeful note, it's only fitting that I bring the mood crashing back down with some not so great news, even if it's not directly related to WoW. This week, a number of Activision Blizzard staff, that is, the entire umbrella, some of them were laid off due to restructuring. To make this clear, the layoffs were largely related to esports, meaning that on our side of things, we're not going to expect to lose a raid tier or have longer wait times for customer support. This news isn't surprising at the least, though. The pandemic has taught tech companies like Activision Blizzard more than just how lean they can be thanks to this long-term working from home experiment. In-person live events might be much more scarce in the company's future, instead opting to enjoy viewing most everything digitally, and a team of this size is just no longer viable. Now, what does this mean for future BlizzCons and their big in-person tournaments? They might be up in the air. Normally this wouldn't be news if it weren't for a coincidental occurrence that Activision CEO Bobby Kotick was awarded $200 million in stock options. It's not cash, but it's definitely not insignificant. It's pretty unfortunate. No one likes layoffs, and the timing puts the CEO under an especially bad light. See? But here's a bit of perspective. Bobby Kotick isn't the king of Activision Blizzard. I'm not going to get into the details much because really they're not that important, but he doesn't just command people to give him money. Years ago, people signed off on this contingent bonus. It just happened to trigger here. There's a growing amount of dissatisfaction over CEO pay, and the current state of American politics suggests that something might be done, but now that I said the P word, I really should just shut up, right? But as for the layoffs, it really sucks for something like this to happen during something like this. I'm glad they're being paid 3 months of severance. I'm glad they're getting a year of health insurance because that's arguably worth more than 3 months of severance. We also learned that they're getting $200 in Battle.net gift cards, which is weird. Like, I'd rather get $200 in grocery money, but ActiBliz is a video game company. They don't do food. Not yet. Oh, by the way, I have over 1,000 pickled meat smoothies that I'm trying to pass off. Any takers? Yeah, I freaking thought so. Let's finally move on to some World of Warcraft news. This week was supposed to be the South Shore versus Terran Mill brawl. However, it changed to a Rothy Blizzard. Yes! Likely because of issues with the battleground, but for the most part, no big deal. Yes! But a curious change happened to a number of Shadowlands related quests. There's the one where you gather anima cones in Ardenweald and picking up ingots in the Maw. Before, the clickable anima cones and ingots were shared, that is, people can't steal from each other. This changed, and now the items despawn after a click, meaning that stealing can occur, and overall the quest takes a little bit longer to complete. Players lost their minds. It's like a dam broke and critics washed over the town of Wow, doing their usual thing with filling in the blanks with whatever ActiBliz Bobby Kotick narrative they could throw together. But it turns out the story was a dud. It has a very boring ending. There were server-side issues with these two quests, and this was the fix. A subsequent fix made these clickables respawn pretty much right away, and that was that. But I guess somewhere in here is a lesson in communication. Incoming hotfixes related to class balance or dungeon and raid tuning, yeah, those come with fairly advanced notice. Other fixes like these are hardly as critical, but probably shouldn't wait for players to open rage threads referring to a Wowhead article about this fix. That's really about it for the news. It was a very light week, so instead I want to take a few moments to talk a bit about the channel. It's doing well, and I have you to thank. You guys come for the weekly reminder, or a bit of commentary, or highlights for new add-ons, and to ask wherever Bob is. Ooh, close one. The stream over on Twitch is a little bit of a different story in that it's not doing as great, so I'm gonna cut that one short and just invite you to come down and have a lot of coffee with me. There's the schedule somewhere on the side. This week though, I produced a different video that specifically targeted a certain audience. That is, the audience that doesn't prioritize what I call the big three: rated PvP, mythic keystone dungeons, and organized raiding. And even among those who do enjoy those things, maybe you still want to appreciate a World of Warcraft that celebrated more than just the competitive side of the game. If you haven't seen it, take a look, because there's some cool ideas that aren't just suggestions for player housing. I will get to that. Not today still, but you will know. But in writing this and responding to reactions, I felt inspired to make kind of a bigger pivot in this direction, that is, to highlight World of Warcraft's vulnerabilities and weak spots outside of this big three. So I'm talking about things like story, or legacy and evergreen content. I want to bring the conversation to light in my own style, of course, and it starts with avoiding the use of oversimplified words like casual or casual content. It's great for thumbnails, it's great for the title, but it's not great for anything else really. It's a shit label. Alright, it feels derogatory. It gives this air of being inferior to those three big things, which does require a certain aptitude, reflexes, and a competitive nature to really be a part of, but it doesn't mean that the rest of the game should be neglected, which I will argue Blizzard has done by listening more to the loudest community, and not all of it instead. Casual means a world of different things to different people, and it's a pointless exercise to try and define it in a way that everyone will accept. Instead, I'll just be specific, and equally as supportive to the many activities in the World of Warcraft. It might baffle you, but there are so many players out there who happily enjoy their random daily heroic, and are plugging away at the anima farm because they want that matching color pet. For them, that is the World of Warcraft. Who are we to disregard that audience just because there are more streams that are running high-level keys? But let's tone down the rhetoric a little bit. Let's calm down. There are more than enough excellent creators who talk their opinions on the meta and give suggestions on how to improve the feel of in-combat gameplay. I'm going to keep doing that whenever the time is right, but starting with that first video, I want to give more attention to this other side of WoW. I want to learn more about this audience and try to get in their shoes. So, For those of you who are out there, leave a comment below. Leave an essay. Help me understand your World of Warcraft and why it's fallen short of your expectations. I can think of a few names that I expect to see. I recall a couple of select commenters, but next week you can expect a video essay of my own on Anima and the Covenant Sanctum and why it's not working out. Your first thought might be, well, there's still no Anima catch-up. That's pretty obvious, but there's another side to it. A different sort of failure that demonstrates Blizzard's disregard for a big part of its audience. Why might Anima not be working out for players outside of the big three? I'll let you know once I finish the write-up. But for now, that's the show. For those of you who don't already know, the videos where I discuss game design from a armchair developer level are a big reason why I started this channel in the first place. Of course, news and reactions and patch coverage are a lot of fun too. They help me understand the game from all these different perspectives, and it keeps the lights on. That's why I'm very, very grateful for the support that you folks at home and elsewhere have given me. If you're feeling generous, I would have you consider signing up as a patron, but definitely support the Doctors Without Borders initiative first to help people who need it the most. I don't pledge to or have these aspirations of being like a champion or a voice of the casual audience. I'm not going to pretend to know what that even is, but I do intend to be more vocal about how to make the World of Warcraft more cool for everyone, and not just the raiders and dungeon people and PvPers. I hope you walk this road with me by at least subscribing to the channel and liking this video so we can share our weird version for our love of WoW, and I'll see you next week. Until then, stay safe, stay healthy, and stay breezy.